What are you doing, Jay?
Just thinking about my game. Oh, you can...
All right, welcome to the Virtual Fortress. I am your host, Jay Reed, and I'm here to talk to you guys about video games. It's what I do. It's what I love. It's a passion of mine, and I just can't stop doing it. So we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty, and I actually got a special guest. It's actually Cinco de Mayo, so you know I have a beer here, and this person right here next to me has a drink too. So we're gonna celebrate. So I'd like to introduce you guys to my brother, Michael Reed, aka Meraculous. He is an amazing beat maker and very, very dear to my heart because these gaming moments, the majority of these gaming moments I have been through with him. So welcome to the show, bro. I'm glad to have you here. All right, yeah. So we're just gonna kick it off. You know, we're just talking about games. You know, I'm gonna go by random years. You know, and we're gonna.
But before we start, real quick, man. I know it's your show and all, but what you sipping on, man? What you got?
Oh yeah, I got a beer of the day is gonna be Modelo's.
That's my favorite beer.
For Cinco de Mayo, just for you. Yeah. And we're gonna start off by something I want to talk about, a gaming memory. Let's start off. Let's take it back to 1995.
Cool.
I remember when we first got the PlayStation 1. PlayStation. Yeah. And it was a crazy moment because, yeah, it came out in December 3rd, I believe, 1994. And we got it for Christmas by one of our grandmother's friends named Linda.
Shout out to Linda.
Shout out to Linda if she's listening or if she ever listens. We love you. Yeah, it was a crazy moment. It was a crazy moment in the gaming world because I know I haven't seen anything like this before, and it was probably around early to mid January of 1995, and we were supposed to get that PlayStation for Christmas, and we were just waiting on that gift. And
I remember waiting outside. I don't know if you remember waiting outside, like looking out the window. Oh
yeah.
no, waiting inside, looking out the window.
Yeah. We're
waiting for that Jeep to pull up. Waiting for Grandma's car to pull up.
Yeah. Linda, she was one of our grandma's friends. She worked with her, and yeah, she told our grandma that she was gonna get us a PlayStation for Christmas, and it's funny because it took her a while to get it. It was just sitting in her car for like about a month, and we just wait for it. So my brother and I, we just sitting at the window, just waiting, like waiting for her to get.
It's like the two kids from the Cat in the Hat story, like they're waiting by the window.
Right. And so finally, I remember she had a Jeep, and she finally drove up, and then we were just like at the window, like, oh, yo, when is she coming? She finally pulls up, and I think I remember like seeing her going into the back seat or into the trunk and just grabbing the PlayStation in a bag out of the car and just bringing it upstairs. And she actually forgot to buy us a game with it. Like it didn't come with any. It came with a demo, but she didn't bring us any games with it.
But at the same time, man, we survived and we worshipped the hell out of that demo. We beat that demo left and right.
Yeah, we
were like having so much fun with it, man. It was the greatest time, man.
Yeah, I'll never forget. It was the original PlayStation, and it was like there was no analog stick. It was just a gray controller with no analog, just a select and a start button. And it came with a demo, and I'll never forget the demo had Parappa the Rapper.
Yup.
It had Tekken.
Yup.
I believe it had Fighting Force. Yeah. Armored Core. What else? Had Croc. Croc.
Did it have Crash? It had Crash or no?
I believe it did have Crash. I don't even know where I can find that demo. I have no idea. Maybe I believe I tried looking for it on like eBay and stuff like that. I can't find the specific one.
That demo was super hidden gem.
Yeah, it had I think it had Gran Turismo or something like that.
Probably.
But I just remember that special memory because like, you know, we've never seen anything like that. Yeah. And you know, further down the line we got games for it. So that's one of our memories that we have. I mean, I don't know if you want to add anything towards that because it was a powerful system.
I remember it was the time I stayed home from school. I forgot why. I don't know if I was feeling well, or I think it might have been I wasn't feeling well. I had a doctor's appointment, something. And you were at school. And do you remember when I was playing MLB 99?
Yeah, MLB 99. I remember.
MLB 99. And for those who know us that grew up with Jordan and I, Jay Reed and I, excuse me, we were baseball fans. That was our first. That's still our favorite sport. We grew up playing baseball in the neighborhood. You know, shout out the East Cambridge Little Leagues. Excuse me. But we grew up playing baseball and idolizing baseball. And I remember I was playing MLB 99, and I was the type of kid that I would always start a season. And I would remember I would start a season, and I would play as much as I can. I remember I was in the World Series or something.
Shout out to Cliff.
Yeah.
Starting seasons on our stuff.
Yo. And I remember hitting a home run to win the World Series or something. And I got so excited that I jerked the controller. And this is before the wireless controllers. This is when the controller was actually plugged into the system with the wire. And I pulled the system. I was so excited that I pulled the controller so hard. And the PlayStation, I believe, was on top of the TV. Before, back in the day, we didn't have any plasma TVs or flat TVs. It was an actual TV with that big box in the back. You know what I'm talking about? So you can easily put the system on top of the TV. And I remember pulling it out, like, yes, and I yanked it, and the PlayStation smashed on the ground.
And then the first
player
slot did not work. It was just second player.
And I remember that was probably. And the thing is, Jay, you already know the deal. Growing up, like, I'm not saying you feared me or anything, or I feared you. It was never like that. We never had a relationship like that. We were afraid of each other. We respected the hell out of each other. But that was the first time in my life that I was afraid for my brother to find something out that I did. Because the thing is, I know that how much that... I loved video games growing up, but I knew how much that meant to you more.
Right.
And I knew that you would have probably like turned into Super Saiyan or a Hulk and try to kill me or something like that. So I was like, yo, I don't even know what to do. I just gotta confess to him, and boy, were you pissed.
I was mad. I was mad, but at the same time, like, we still made it work. I guess we were very close, and we still are. So it's like we didn't mind sharing with each other.
No,
but yeah, I do remember that, and I still hate you for that. But moving forward, we're gonna switch it up to I'm gonna say 1992. That's when we first got the NES system.
Okay.
And I never forget. Back in the day, there was out here in Massachusetts. There was a flea market.
Yes.
For those of you who know, for those of you who don't know, there was a flea market, and it was called Building 19.
Yes.
And that's where you would go get all the ill shit. You would get the games, they sold jewelry, they sold vacuums, they sold VCRs, they sold whatever. Yeah, it's basically a flea market.
It was an indoor and outdoor flea market.
Right. In indoors, there was an arcade. And I never forget, there was like furniture, and then there was arcade. And there was just like mad like games, and there was like games in a glass too inside.
Yes.
But I never forget my grandmother taking my brother and I, and our cousins too, to Building 19, and we came across this couple. It was a guy and a woman. And
damn, I don't even remember that. So
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna listen to this story because I don't remember this.
It was a guy and a woman. It was a couple, and they had a Nintendo, a NES, in a box, and they had like probably 10 or 12 games. And I think Grandma, she bargained with them, and got like a great deal for like $25, $30.
Jesus Christ, what a steal!
So they gave us an NES with like 3 controllers and like maybe I want to say probably maybe like 15 games and like
Damn.
good ones too. Like we had Double Dragon, came with Double Dragon 2, Super Contra.
Oh my god.
What else do they have? Mike Tyson's Punch Out,
Ah.
Mega Man 3.
Did it come with like Rad Racer too or no?
I
No?
believe so. Yeah, probably
Racer?
Rad Racer. Mega Man 3, which is
Mhm.
my favorite Mega Man game of all time.
Mhm.
I know people think that 2 is the best one, but I have a sentimental value for 3. And just a whole bunch of games. And they also came with the Nintendo. I don't know what you call it. It's a joystick. It's a joystick Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it was a joystick Nintendo controller.
Wait,
And,
we had a joystick?
yeah, it was
I forgot.
yeah,
yo.
it had the A and B, and it was like a black joystick.
Oh
I
snap!
forgot.
I forgot, man.
And it also came with the bone controller. I forgot.
Okay.
I forgot what you call it. It was a Nintendo. It was like shaped like a bone.
Okay.
But I remember that because that year too, we actually we went to a lot of Red Sox games.
Yeah.
Because our aunt at the time worked for Big Sisters Association, and she would get a lot of free tickets to Red Sox games. And like as a kid, I thought we had season tickets. I didn't know. We
Yeah.
probably went to like, and it was like probably maybe I want to say summer of '92, and yeah, we went to like maybe 6 or 7 Red Sox games. And I remember just going there and just coming back home and playing Double Dragon and playing Super C. And I just never forget that moment.
Damn.
But you don't remember that?
I don't remember the whole joystick of the Nintendo. I definitely remember the Red Sox games. I definitely remember that. But I really don't remember I was really hard to think of for me to think about the whole bone controller because I really don't remember that either.
Man, I should have pulled it up on YouTube.
Oh my
but,
goodness, man.
not YouTube, Google. But at the same time, do you remember when we went to Building 19 and we got like Game Boys together?
I remember that
Game
because
Boys.
I remember I got Metroid.
Yeah,
I got Metroid.
Yep.
And you got like, don't tell me, you got like
I got
Dr. Mario Tetris or something like that?
I got a game I did not want.
The Tetris game. Because I think in your mind you thought it was regular Mario.
Yeah,
or
because
something.
I didn't know about Tetris. I didn't really know about Tetris. And I'm like, oh, Mario, he does it all. So I'm like,
he does it all. He's a doctor right now.
He's a doctor. He's gonna be a dope adventure. And and then like I get the game and it's just like fucking Tetris. And I'm like, what the hell is this?
Pissed,
Like, what is this?
He's like, can I play your Metroid game? I was
Yeah,
like, no.
and you got Metroid, you got something else.
I just remember Metroid, but you
got Metroid, and then I got like Daffy Duck, Space something, and I got like Felix the Cat.
Oh,
Game
okay,
Boy.
yeah.
And like I guess those games were okay. But yeah, I think you got like Super Mario Brothers 2 and the 6 golden coins.
Okay.
So, and you also got Super Mario Land for Game Boy. So you got all the good ones, and I got all the whack ones.
You got
And it was mad ghetto because it's like there was no back.
no back. We had to tape it.
You had to tape 4 batteries, 4 AA batteries, and tape the back. Tape the back. Tape the back, or if you get even more ghetto, you had to be gangster like that. So you played and hold the batteries in. Hold the batteries in. No tape. Hold the batteries in at the same time.
The part that I hated doing with stuff like that, like holding the batteries in with the tape, is that sometimes the batteries don't stay in all the way. They pop out a little bit.
So you have to hold it
So you
hard.
gotta really hold it. And there's times when I've held it and I would I would let it go on accident out of excitement, and the batteries would pop out a little bit, and my game would shut off.
The picture faded
The
away.
picture faded away like pixels.
Like Thor, not Thor, freaking Thanos.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Thanos snap. But yeah, I remember that. What else happened at Build-A 19? I can't remember any specific moments. I just remember those 2 moments.
Didn't we play what was the name of that game? That John Connor plays in Terminator 2. Wasn't that game there?
Afterburner?
Afterburner? No, it wasn't there.
I don't think Afterburner was in
No?
there. But there was this game. I think it was Time Killers.
Okay.
And I talked to you about this before, but it was a game where you would you have weapons and you would fight. It was like a kind of like a Street Fighter game, but like you can chop off somebody's arm, and then they'll have no arm.
Okay.
And you could chop off their leg, they'll have no leg. I think it was called Time Killers.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've never seen that game before again. I've never seen that cabinet again.
It's crazy.
But it was nuts. But yeah, that's a couple of highlights from '92.
Pause real quick. I want to say something about that, and I'm gonna let you continue your podcast. I'm so sorry, but I remember when we got Game Boys, and we were so excited playing the Game Boys when our cousin Gil would come through with a fucking Game Gear. And we're like, what the hell is that? And he's like, oh, it's Sonic. Look it. And we're like, huh? Like, we're like looking at our Game Boys. Even though we love the Game Boy, we're like, damn, I need that. Like, I want that.
Our cousin Gil was always ahead of the game. Like,
always ahead of the game.
We come out with NES, and he already had the SNES, like, in all the games. Everything. He was the only child too, so like he got a lot of stuff.
And on top of that, he knew the cheat codes for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this dude was the type of dude, like, if you played Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, like one of those fighting games, like tournament type of games, he'll pin you in the corner and whoop your ass.
Yep.
To the point that you'll start crying. Do you remember crying?
I do, yep.
Playing? I remember crying playing against him because he
would just trip. Yeah,
couldn't get it. And when you try to jump over him, he jumps and hits you back into the corner.
Hit you back to the corner.
And I'm like, damn, dude, like, can we? And he knew all the, in Mortal Kombat 2, he knew all the fatalities, the babalities, the animalities, everything. I'm like, how the hell, bro? I'm like, how the hell do you, like, come on, man. I just remember that. Gil, you're an asshole, bro.
Yeah, but shout out to Gil.
Shout out to Gil, man.
Gil. But it's funny that you actually talked about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Because
that's going to lead into our next segue.
Ooh, let's go.
Which is 1993. And before I go into that, I just want to say that I just officially bought the Mortal Kombat 2 Arcade 1 cabinet.
Nice.
That joint's gonna be crazy.
Nice.
It's on its way. It should be here. I don't know, next week.
So for those who are listening and don't know what he means by that, pretty much what he's trying to say is that he bought a mini arcade game, like literally an arcade.
The gamers know.
The
gamers know.
Just in case if other people who are not gamers are not familiar with what you said, he bought it, and what it comes with 1, 2, and 3 Mortal Kombat.
Yep, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3, and it was $299.99 plus tax.
That's crazy.
But I think it's a good investment. You know, I'm fine with it.
He got Street Fighter.
Street Fighter. Got the Street Fighter one, so I definitely got to get that Mortal Kombat. But like I said before, leading into our next topic, which is actually about Mortal Kombat 2, to be exact. Actually, no, we can actually take it to Mortal Kombat 1.
Absolutely. Let's go.
So, do you remember where or when we got the first Mortal Kombat and how you felt about it?
Honestly, I don't remember where we got it. I know you're probably way better than I am, but all I remember is being in the living room when we lived in Roosevelt Towers. Being in the living room, and it was nighttime, and I remember being so excited that we finally got it.
Yeah,
and we were playing it, and I remember Grandma got it for us, correct?
Yeah.
Did she get it for us? Yeah. And I remember being so excited with you playing it, and oh my gosh, we're so happy. But the thing was, she said you can play it, you just can't do the blood code. And I'm like, what? And oh man, and the thing is, she knew about the blood code, and she knew, and for all you gamers out there, you know, for Sega Genesis, the blood code is ABACABB.
Yep.
That is the blood code. And when you hit that blood code, what does Scorpion say, Jay?
Get over here!
Exactly.
You hear that, and then the words turn red, and then, like, you got blood.
And my grandmother would always listen while she knew when we were playing Mortal Kombat. She had to listen, because if she heard Scorpion say, get over here, it was it. Like, we're getting our ass whooped.
She wasn't dumb. She knew. What that meant.
One time, Jay, I know it was Jay. Jay did the blood code. Get over here. And my grandmother in her Puerto Rican accent goes, I hope there's no blood. There's no sangre. Get it off. No, there's no blood. But Oh man, that was the greatest. That was the greatest.
It was dope. But I think we got that game from. I don't even know. I think we slept over Auntie Zena's house.
Okay.
And then there was this like little gaming store.
Yeah.
And I think it was in Boston. Or like arcade. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But I remember we went in and it was like just a cartridge. And when we got games back then, like we never got complete versions. We always got like just cartridges for some reason.
Because we would go to the flea markets. The
Right.
building that
Yeah, and we would get it from there.
Yep.
But
once in a blue moon we would, but when we really wanted something, if Jay and I really wanted something, we didn't give a damn about no box. We just wanted to play. There were games that we played that they barely had the sticker on the cartridge. The sticker of the game would fade away.
And I know exactly what game you're talking about, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We're gonna leave that next. But bringing it back to Mortal Kombat, so it's the summer of 1993, and school is just ending.
I remember this.
You remember this,
I remember this very well.
And our grandmother decided that summer to take us to Puerto Rico because we are half Puerto Rican and black. So she decided to take us to Puerto Rico that summer to visit our family. And we had never been there. We've never even been on a plane before.
No.
And problem is with that, it was just bad timing because Mortal Kombat 2 was on the way. It was on the way. It was on the way. And we were like, damn it, yo. Damn, yo. And I remember we went to Bradley's.
Yup, I remember, yup.
If you don't know what Bradley's is, Bradley's was basically Target back in the early 90s.
Before Target.
Yeah,
exactly.
Target
exactly.
back in the 80s or early 90s. It was the same thing, they just changed the name. And we put Mortal Kombat 2 on layaway. And for those of you who don't know what layaway is it's kind of like pre-order, kind of. It's basically you would go to a store and I think you would write your name and your phone number down and you say, I want this game. And they would hold it for you and you would make payments on it. And if you weren't able to pay it, then they would put it back on the floor. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was that?
Nah, you got that. That's pretty much what it is. It's kind of like pre-order.
Yeah.
It's like they hold, like Jay was saying, you hold it. You say, I want this. They hold it for you. You may throw like $5. You may come back and throw another $10 on it. You know what I mean? It's just pretty, or sometimes you may not throw it, but they'll hold it for you for like a certain amount of days. Yeah. And then when you get paid, you come back and you'll be like, okay, I had a game on layaway. I want to pay for it. And then they take it and then they sell it to you right then and there. Yeah,
it's basically just making payments on it. So we did that. And the problem with that is we did that and it was like we were leaving the city to go to Puerto Rico, and we were like so excited. Like I think we were fucking talking about it on the plane. Like, yo, this is before the movie. This is before. This is 93. So this is before the movie, and it's like I was like, yo, what the hell? What's a reptile? There's Katana, Melina, fucking Baraka. What is that? Who is that? Who is these guys? Because there was like, 5 or 6 characters in the first game. But there was like way more. And like you could actually be Shang Tsung in the second game. Yeah. So
I think Reptile in the original one, you couldn't be him.
No. You could, in the original game, what you would do is you have to, I believe, you have to get Flawless Victory. Okay. Twice. And you have to be on the bridge. Yeah. And then where
the acid is on the bottom.
No, for Mortal Kombat 1. If you wanted to face Reptile, you would have to get Flawless Victory twice, I believe. Yeah. And you would have to be on that bridge. Yep. And then you have to do a fatality. Yeah. And punch them all the way down to the spikes.
Oh, that bridge. Yep.
I remember. And then when you do that, Reptile is down there waiting.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Yep.
So okay. I think that's how you. Okay. If I remember, it was this.
Because I could have sworn like there's that that level where the acid is with that mini bridge.
That's in part 2. I know what you're talking about.
That's part 2.
That's part 2. With the
I
acid,
sworn that's also. I swear that's part 1 too. They don't have it in part 1.
Part 1, no. Part 2. When you punch them and you do a front flip in the acid, and then they pop up in their skeleton.
Oh yeah, I got my games wrong.
So anyways. We're on a plane. We're talking about Mortal Kombat, and we were just like, I don't even know. Were we even excited to go? Like,
no, we were excited, but I think we were more excited about that damn game.
Yeah, because
I think that's what it was.
We left it at at Bradley's.
Yeah.
And we were like kind of upset. So we get to Puerto Rico, and how long did we stay there? Like for a month, right?
We stayed there for 2 weeks.
2
I
weeks.
remember
It
that.
felt like a month.
2 weeks.
So we stayed there for 2 weeks, I guess, and we walked one morning out while we were there for a couple days or whatever.
Yeah.
One morning we walked into a panaderia.
Yeah.
Now a panaderia is kind of like a bakery / corner store, and my brother and I, we walk in there. My grandmother's like, "Oh, wait here," or whatever. She went to get like her bread and coffee or whatever the hell she was gonna get.
Her morning food, yeah.
And she was just like, "Oh, whatever, go walk around or whatever it was."
Yeah. But it wasn't like one of those. Not like she abandoned us, y'all.
It's
like
no.
it's like a small. Like she could see us right there, and there, like right then and there, and everybody in the neighborhood were like family with one another. So yeah, just throwing that out there.
Right. So she does that. She's going to get her her stuff, and I believe it's right in front of us. There was an arcade cabinet, and I've never heard of this game before in my life. I'm used to Street Fighter at this time. This is '93. I'm used to Street Fighter. I'm used to Mortal Kombat. I'm used to shit like that. I'm like, I don't know what the hell. I didn't even know what SNK was. I never knew what that was. And we see a game, and it's an arcade cabinet, and Puerto Rican freaking panaderia. It's a game cabinet of World Heroes.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
For
What the fuck is this shit? Like, what is this bootleg? What is this? What is this game? So I think we asked my grandma for a couple quarters. My brother and I play, and it's like, fucking fell in love right there.
Yeah,
we fell in love right there.
What's the dude's name? I'm embarrassed, but I know you know. The red dude with the red hair, the fire looking hair.
I don't even remember, to be honest.
He kind of reminded me of Ken.
He looked like Rufio from Hook.
Yeah, there you go. And then there's
I want to say Ryo, but that's not it. That's probably
that's the dude with the blue, right? Is that the dude with the blue?
I think
Ryo?
so. It might have been Art of Fighting. But,
okay.
But I remember playing that, and it was like the moves were kind of similar to Street Fighter, but that's why we were kind of like happy, but like upset. Like, yo, this is like fucking knockoff.
Yeah. But we had some sort of video game action right then and there, you know what I mean? So
yeah, and there was this guy like in Bison. His name was Broken, I think.
I forgot.
Yeah, it was like he's kind of like in Bison, but I never forget playing that game. That's the first time I ever seen an SNK game. Was World Heroes.
That's crazy.
And so from there on, what else did we do in Puerto Rico? We did a lot of gaming stuff.
Yeah, remember?
I remember.
I think it was like that Pizza Hut. Remember?
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you. So, we go to Pizza Hut. I don't even know if it's that night or
it's probably like I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't even know when it was either.
Because we did shit like every day.
Yeah.
So like we didn't just chill at home really that much. We went out a lot. So our grandmother and her sister, our grand aunt.
Our grand aunt, yep.
Grand aunt.
AKA my godmother, yep.
Yeah. Takes me, Mike, and our cousin Nelson, I believe.
Yeah.
I think that was it.
I think so, yeah.
Takes us to a Pizza Hut. And it was a Pizza Hut in PR. And we go in, and we don't go in. We're waiting in the car.
Yeah.
And my grandmother goes in to like scope the place out, I guess, or whatever, and make sure. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
I don't know why she went in there and didn't bring us at first, but so she comes out, and we're in the car waiting because we're excited like to go in, and she comes out and she does this. She opens the door, and then she points at us, and then she does this like hand movements, like, oh, come here, like wave us in, like come here, and she does like a fighting
motion with her arms.
motion, yeah, like, oh, that meant, yo, there's games in here.
And we knew exactly what that meant.
And we were like, oh my god, whoa.
We ran out of that damn
We ran out there, and there was just one game. There was only one game in there.
I don't even remember the game.
You don't?
I forgot.
You don't remember the game? Bro. Oh, man. There was one game in there.
Forgot.
So we sitting down eating our pizza. Dude, walk in, sit down, and it was like up against the wall. I'll never forget. And it was Teenage Mutant Ninja
Holy
Turtles.
shit!
Turtles in Time.
Oh wait!
It's Turtles in Time,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
And- And we've never heard this game before. I know I haven't, but like I was used to, the original Turtles for the NES. I was used to the Manhattan Project. I was used to the arcade game from 1989. But I never Turtle. I'm like, they go in time? What is this? They go in time, and like we played it. We didn't finish it. Me and my brother and my cousin Nelson, we play it. We don't even get far. It's like a couple quarters, but we just got like a taste. A taste of what was to come. And that was a great moment. But I don't know.
That's awesome, man. I remember that. I just remember driving in the car, headed towards that Pizza Hut area, and I remember looking to my left in the car while we were driving. I remember this. I remember there was like a giant water park. I don't know why I remember that, but I remember there was a water park, and I'm just looking, but I wasn't like, oh, I want to go there. I was just looking at it like, wow, you know what I mean? And then when we pull up into the parking lot, and like you said, Grandma goes in. Mm-hmm. Now that I think about it, yeah, I don't know why she just went in. I don't know why, but
we had a great time. We had a great time in Puerto Rico. That was a good year. '93, I think, was a great year for us. Oh, yeah. And I guess we came back. And I believe Mortal Kombat came out when school started. So it didn't come out in the summer. I think it came out like September of '93 for Sega Genesis. Okay. And we always got everything for Genesis. Yeah, we did. Because we were like Genesis heads. Like we love Super Nintendo, but like we were just Genesis junkies. That
might be like arguably like my favorite system growing up. Genesis, mine, arguably. I can't, because
I might have to agree with you. Yeah, like, I might have to agree with you
because the games. I think a lot of it. Yeah, it's. I know we talked about something similar to this, but it's like not only the games, it's just the memories that we have with the games. Like we have a lot of memories with Genesis. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of fun memories with Genesis. Yeah, all the other the SNES and the regular NES, like all those games, all those systems were so dope. But I think our real childhood fun memories was with Sega Genesis that I can remember.
Yeah, and like you said, we had dope memories with SNES, but it's like Genesis was like we went hard. We went gritty for that.
Hard over
we
that.
went hard, and which like leads me into my next topic, which is going to be metallic uniframe super hybrid armor.
My dude got the acronym proper, yo.
Versus Streets of Rage 2.
Oh, shit.
Everybody knows the game as Musha, which is this guy over here, his favorite Sega Genesis game of all time. Oh, yeah. I never understood. I love the game, but at the time when we were kids, I never got why he liked it so much. I was a Streets of Rage 2 fan, and that was my favorite. Oh, yep. See?
It's on the TV right now.
It's actually playing on the TV right now, Streets of Rage 2 commercial, so that was a coincidence. But that was my favorite game of all time, Streets of Rage 2. And Mike's game was Musha. And like, and Streets of Rage 2 was the game, Streets of Rage 2 actually and Musha was the game that didn't have the sticker on the.
Yes,
they both.
That was faded.
They were faded really bad
off, bro.
It was the not for resale copy of Streets of Rage 2.
Oh my goodness!
And I mean, Mike, this is your heart, so you want to explain why you love this game so much?
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you, like that game, like I don't even know why it was my favorite. I just remember seeing it. Like you said, Grandma would take us to like Building 19, which is still a flea market that we go to this day. It's called Linway Mart now. So shout out to Jay and Lenny. But what was I gonna say? We would go there like every weekend or most weekends, and she'd rack up on a bunch of different games. Or sometimes when we wouldn't go, she would go and get like random games for us. You know what I mean? Just for the hell of it. You know what I mean? And I remember playing Jurassic Park, Streets of Rage 2, like Jay was saying. I remember Tasmanian Devil, like playing that game, like. But then I stumbled upon Musha, and I was like, "What's this?" I was like, "Let me try it." And I remember just being like, "Oh, I gave it a chance, and I'm playing it."
It's a hidden gem.
Hidden fucking gem, bro. Like playing it, and I was hooked. Excuse me. And I remember we were actually going to go to Building 19, and I'm still playing it, and Jay's like, we got to go. And I'm like, wait. I just remember him trying to get me to go, and I'm like, wait. And I was glued. And I will tell you this, till this day, and it's a shame, but at the same time, it's kind of bittersweet. Till this day, I've never beat the game, and I kind of like the fact that I didn't beat the game, because it always gives me something to look forward to. Maybe I might try it another day. Maybe I might just play it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes there's certain games, whether they're your favorite or not, there's certain games that you beat, and it's kind of like, oh, I beat this game. I don't want to play it no more. But it's like, sometimes when it's your favorite game, you don't feel that way. But I just don't want to ever feel that way with Musha.
It's the mystery.
Exactly. It's the mystery. Part of me does not ever want to beat the game. I just want to go a little further, but then kind of hope that they shoot my plane up just so I can die. And
I get that, because it's a hard game. I just played it recently, probably last month, and I was like, okay, I'm grown now. All right, I must be good at this game. And I told Mike before, I still got at the same exact spot that I did back in the 90s.
Yo, so that game is mad. And I used to go far in that game. I don't know how. And like Jay was saying, Jay never understood why I fell in love with that game.
I think because it was a one-player game.
You think so?
It was a one-player game. We couldn't play it together.
Yeah.
It was just let me try. You would be like, no.
No.
And it's it wasn't a two-player game, so it was okay, this game is for him. And I'm like, why does he like this game so much? This game is whack. Because I wasn't really, I love shmups back in the day, but I wasn't really into them like that. I was more into beat 'em ups.
Yes.
Streets of Rage 2.
Yep.
So that's why Streets of Rage 2 is my favorite game.
Yes.
My favorite Sega Genesis game of all time. And I recently came up on a copy of that game from one of my friends, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate that. But yeah, that game is it's just nostalgic. It's just I would always be Skate. Yeah. You would always be Axel.
Always.
And it was just,
dude, how many times we beat that game?
Yeah, I remember I got chicken pox.
I remember this.
I got chicken pox in 92, I think, 92, 93 maybe. And I was like, obviously I can't go to school. There's other kids there. And I was like, yes. Yes. So I stayed home. I just played Streets of Rage over and over and over and beat it.
Goddamn dude.
I got to do it again. Over and over and
God.
over. It's a great beat 'em up. It's a great pickup. I definitely recommend it for anyone who's looking for a beat 'em up game.
Yo, real quick, to be honest, I've never played Streets of Rage, the first one or the third one. I don't know. Some people call me crazy.
No, you're not. Because
I may give it a chance or give it a shot, but part of me don't want to, because Streets of Rage 2 is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say. Streets of Rage 2 is where it's at.
Yep, that's where it's at. And I have played 1, I have played 3, and it just doesn't compare to 2.
Isn't there one with a kangaroo in it?
That's 3. That's 3, and I remember in 2 there's a character that looks like Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah. Oh, that dude was hard. Yeah. That dude was hard. When I was a kid, oh man, that dude was hard.
There was just so much stuff going on in that game, and that game was way ahead of its time. Or maybe it was where it was supposed to be.
Then there was that ninja at the end of the black, and he had a red belt, I believe it was.
Yeah.
He was right before, and I used to think he was the boss, and then next thing you know, I find out the boss is a mobster with a machine gun shooting us. What the hell is this?
The pre-boss was harder than the boss.
Yeah, it was.
So,
yeah,
but yeah, that was a great game.
Then there was a dude. My fault. Then there was a guy that looked like it was a monster that looked like Blanca from Street Fighter. Remember?
Oh yeah, you were in the swamp.
Yes,
and you would hit them with the sword, and there was that jet dude in the beginning.
Couldn't do it.
That game just karate kick people off of the.
Yeah, you make me want to play this.
Off the motorcycle. I got it, man.
Let's do it.
I got it.
Dude,
I got it. But yeah, that was a good game. That was a great game.
Oh, I love that game.
Actually, I got Streets of Rage 1 at a Funkoland.
Wow.
Funkoland.
Streets of Rage 1?
Streets of Rage 1 at Funkoland. And if you don't know what Funkoland is, Funkoland was basically GameStop, back in the
GameStop.
before GameStop, exactly. Back in the mid-90s, Funko Land
was
was
shit.
yeah, that's why every time you walk in here, you're like, man, you got Funko Land up in here, yo. Like, yo, that's like the funniest thing. But yeah, Funko Land was GameStop before GameStop, and it wasn't like it had retro games too. So it didn't just have like it had the games that were coming out at the time, and it had games from the past.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember like getting Streets of Rage 1. No box, of course. No CIB, and I didn't like it. I didn't really like it that much. But what about the game that you got from Funko Land on your birthday?
Okay.
I remember that.
The game I remember getting for my birthday, I forgot which birthday it was. I know you remember. Because what year was it? 95? 95?
Yeah.
So if I got a 95 on my birthday, I must have been like 95 because I was born 86. So the game I remember getting from Funko Land on my birthday, shout out to Auntie Zena for this, was WrestleMania. No. WrestleMania, the arcade game. That game.
Did you not play that first?
No. I saw a commercial or something.
You
or like,
play that at Good Times?
I never played. Did we play that Good Times? It was at Good Times, right?
I don't know.
Nah. No. I don't know.
It was at Good Okay.
I think, from what I remember, I might have seen like a commercial or like, I remember like, because Jay and I were wrestling fans, diehard wrestling fans. And I know you remember back in the day, like when NES was popping, you would see wrestlers in the back playing the NES games. They'll be playing a wrestling game or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Way back in the day, it would be like part of a storyline or whatever. They would show wrestlers or a commercial. They'll show wrestlers playing or whatever. I feel like I remember. I might have even seen it in a magazine. Like what was back in the day? What was the magazine back in the video game magazine? It wasn't Game Pro.
It was Game Pro.
It was Game Pro? No.
Nintendo Power?
It might have been that. Something. But I remember seeing that game and being like, I need that game. I don't want it. I need that game. Like, I need it.
And I was just like, okay.
And
like,
bro, I
didn't
remember.
really care for the game, but I was like, all right, what's so good?
I played that game, so that shit probably burned out. Like, that game was. And the thing is, it wasn't even like a real wrestling game. It was more of like a wrestling fighting game.
That was a great game.
It was beautiful. I loved it. Like Undertaker would throw smoke at you. Razor Ramon would hit you with like, what do he hit you with? Like a razor, like a giant razor. Yeah, he'll take you by the legs and slam you up and down. like it looks like one of those people that are cleaning the mats in front of their house. Friggin' the narcissist Lex Luger would throw his metal arm at you and knock you out.
Shawn Michaels had a baseball bat.
Shawn Michaels had a baseball. He had a baseball bat.
Yeah, he hit you with I don't know why, but he had a baseball bat, and then Doink had like his
big ass hands to smack you or whatever. And I remember, I think Undertaker, did he hit you with a tombstone, like an actual tombstone, like hit you with it or something?
Yeah, he did. What did Bret Hart do? He didn't.
I forgot. Probably, I don't remember.
He needs to use real wrestling.
For real.
Because how serious his ass was.
But I just remember like that game being like that. And I was still hooked. I just loved it. I don't know. It was like part of it was kind of like, I want to say part of it was kind of like beat 'em up / wrestling. If I can combine them together. It was like a fighting game and a wrestling game together. You know what I mean? There was no, and it's like after they're done, you hit like, I forgot, I don't know if it's B, and then they jump on you. And like for a pin.
Like a fake pin?
Yeah, like a fake pin, like to let you know like, okay, you won or whatever. No 1, 2, 3. But real quick, Jay, what was the great, I know this is your podcast, but I'm going to ask you a question real quick. What is your, back in the day, favorite wrestling game? Remember, we got this game at BJ's.
BJ's.
I swear we got this at BJ's. I know we did, because I remember Grandma got it for us. I swear she got us like every goddamn game ever. That's when we were younger.
You know what? I know exactly what you're talking about, and I think we're gonna end it right here.
Okay.
And we're gonna save that for the next episode.
Save it for the next episode?
Yeah,
sounds good. Let's do it.
For the next episode.
Let's do it.
What was my favorite wrestling game growing up? And that song brings back so many memories.
Yep.
And thank you all for listening. And until then, I mean, keep gaming on.
Keep gaming on. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, you can.
Adios, turd nuggets.